When you were a child, you thought everything was simple. It was black or white and right or wrong. Little did you know, life is much more complicated than that. Welcome to my journey. Being a second child in family, I found myself being compared to my brother my whole life. Having a smart, charming, and genius big brother turned out wasn't so great for my life. People kept comparing who's better, smarter, and faster between us. Perhaps it wouldn't be so bad if I was the one who was better. But no, my brother has always been better than me in everything. I was always considered as the stupid one. My confidence had been breaking apart since I was a kid. Things didn't get better when I started to go to school. All I knew that I had been bullied my whole life. I was different, and I knew that. I wasn't like any other boys in my school who liked to go outside, play soccer, and watch sport. I was the one who liked to stay home, watch TV, and read books. Because of that, these boys in my school started to call me out. They called me lame, loser, stupid, and any other words to hurt me. Nobody wanted to be my friend. It made me feeling unsafe being around them. It was when I started to hang out with girls because they didn't do things to hurt me. But then I got a unique name for hanging out with girls. These boys started to call me faggot. My insecurities kept growing as I grew up. Because of things that happened to me, I grew up become a shy person, had no confidence, had a lot of insecurities, and easily got panic. I knew it myself that I had to face this my entire life. But I didn't know God had a plan for me. My entire life, people always told me that I was stupid and lame. And after a while, I started to believe them. I got used to feeling like a loser. I got used to being humiliated. And it wasn't until I got in high school when God's plan finally arrived. It wasn't until I walked in that class in high school and I became a part of these people that changed my life forever that I really started to believe that maybe I was good enough after all. One of God's greatest gifts came in human form, and I call them my friends, the ones who really are my friends. They were so open-minded and truly accepted me for who I really was. We were a group of 12 people, guys and girls, from the most popular girl in the entire school to a nerd who didn't talk much. They made me feel so safe being who I was, and through their acts, they encouraged me to be myself. That there was nothing wrong with being myself. That was the point when I started to believe in myself and gain some confidence. High school was not easy, but I enjoyed every second of it because I knew I got to spend 6 days a week with my favorite people in the world. Together, we learned how to dream. Together, we built our dreams. It was magical. For the first time in my life, I felt accepted. For the first time in my life, I was not the minority. And for the first time in my life, I knew where I belong. We helped each other to get rid of fear and insecurities. We learned how to embrace our flaws. More and more smiles added to my day. Not for long, I became a complete human being. But just like everything else in this world, my high school life came to an end. I was not ready. I was still enjoying myself as a complete human being. But there was nothing I could do to freeze the time. Instead, I should start to think about my future. Because of how I was treated by people in my life, because of those bullies, because of those people who told me that I was not good enough, my biggest insecurity was unaccepted, and my biggest fear was fear of failure. But somehow, I needed to make a decision for my future. Refusing to continue my study was one of my greatest mistakes I've ever made in my life. I was so naive, silly, and stupid. I was tired of studying, and 12 years was enough for me. I wanted to have a new experience. Besides, I was thinking that my parents will have a hard time to support me if I go to college. But all of my friends decided to continue their studies, and I was a follower. I joined them to do the national test to enter university. But because I wasn't feeling like going to college, I didn't prepare anything. I didn't even study. I did it just because all of my friends did. And it could be seen from the result that came few weeks after the test. I remembered I was praying when I opened the announcement, but the result said that I failed. One by one, my friends left the town to continue their journey in college. I was left behind. I felt so much anger to myself. Why didn't I study? Why didn't I take this college thing seriously? Now, I had to face the consequences. I remembered they said farewell, and I remembered those hugs. It hurt. It hurt so bad. Until there was only one friend left, and he said goodbye too. That was one of the worst days in my life. I remember locked myself in a bedroom, and I played sad music and began to cry. I didn't know that it would hurt that much. Still feeling like a biggest loser, I started to look for a job. It wasn't easy. It took me to many places. But after the tiring 3 months of looking and waiting, I finally got my first job. I worked in a good company as their salesman. I displayed their products in a mall. That wasn't the kind of life that I dreamed back in high school. I felt very pathetic. But a month later, I got a call from a hospital in Jakarta where I applied one of my applications. They told me I could start work there, and I only had 2 days to make my decision. I thought maybe it was an open door for me to reach my dream, and I agreed to come and work in that hospital. Take the job in Jakarta maybe wasn't a really good idea. It has been both and blessed and difficult years for me. Being away from my family was the toughest. Holidays are not the same as I celebrated before, together with my loved ones. Working out of town doesn't mean we are able to do goals easily. It means that for every penny we reach equals the tears we shed for longing to embrace our family. My first 2 years working in Jakarta filled with a lot of experiences and emotion. Even though at least I got a job, but I kept feeling that I was the biggest loser. But my friends didn't think the same way. I was so glad we kept in touch, and they kept convincing me that I was not a loser. It took 2 years for me to stop considering myself as a loser until I finally got a chance to continue my study. College was a turning point for me to rearrange my life. I promised myself that this time I wouldn't mess it up. I determined to study hard. I will do it. I will I will work my ass off, not to get good grades, but to get many priceless knowledge that I got from my lecturers. College made me feel alive again. It gave back my confidence. I finally did what all of my friends did. I also made many new friends. Friday and Saturday were my days to go to college, and that was the best part of my weekend. Things were back good again. I had my family, my friends, my new friends, my job, and also my study in college. I enjoy study so much. I didn't know that I'd miss studying so much. It felt great. my life got back steady. But when I thought life was back perfect, wind blew another way, and all of a sudden, north became west, and I found myself losing direction. My life was perfect, but what is perfect in this world? Nothing. When I felt like I got everything under control, when I thought everything was perfect, one thing happened and destroyed my perfect life. The thing waked me up from my long, pretty dream. My parents decided to get divorced, and it was the point of destruction in our family. My parents had always fought for long, I remember, and I couldn't understand their decision to get divorced. I wasn't thinking about myself, that I have a little sister and a little brother who were just 6 and 4 when it happened. I was afraid thinking about how the divorce would affect your life. Things started to break apart in the divorce. We were literally down, mentally, emotionally, and financially. My dad moved out of house and he stopped supporting our family. We used to get what we want, but now it was hard to get what we need. Even though it was hard, but I promised myself that I will take care of my family, especially my babies. I will take the role of being their dad. I would make sure they didn't feel any difference because of the divorce. I made sure they got the care and love they needed. The money that I made, I had to organize it really well. I had to make sure I had money for my everyday life in Jakarta, my college payment, and this time I need to make sure I had the money for my family. I just couldn't let them starve. It was overwhelming among taking care of myself, my family, my relationship with my friends, my job and my study. I decided I dedicated my energy, my attention, my money, and everything for my family. It was tiring and frustrating. Now I know how hard it is to be a parent. You have to make sure your children are safe and sound. You have to make sure they are happy and get what they need. You also have to educate them, teach them how to be a good human being. You are worried when they don't come home in time they should have been home. It was so hard for me, but things that happened taught me a really precious lesson. It was how to get happiness. I thought happiness was being able to get everything you want. I thought happiness was having cool clothes to wear, having good shoes to wear, having the latest phone to use, having a lot of money to spend. But it wasn't the kind of happiness I was looking for. My happiness is seeing the smiles from my family and friends' faces, hearing their laughs, seeing their bright eyes, knowing they are happy and safe. I know that I won't find my happiness without my family and my friends being a part of it. I won't find my happiness without knowing that my family and my friends are genuinely happy. That's my genuine happiness. But one beautiful thing that I learned from my struggle, it's giving. When I give people something and see their smiles because of it, I feel the most genuine happiness in my life. I keep struggling in my life, just like every living creature in this world. I know it won't be easy, but like they say, life must go on. I will continue my journey and live my life to the fullest. I hope someday I will reach my happiness and dreams. Life's the climb, but the view is great.